In every location I've been to, Bushiri got to know about me in 2004. I was on TV, on Faith TV in Britain. 2007, I was on TV. With few people, 14 people, and I was on TV. And you know, when I was sitting down like this, I was sitting down in my house, and I was doing prophecies, just 2 or 3 prophecies. And you know, you've got 14 that come to church, you can do maybe 2 or 3 prophecies. And then you wait for another week to do another prophecy. And you know, you can't do, if you know, the whole church, if you do the whole, if you do a prophetic day, everyone has been prophesied to, they might go back to their houses. 14, then we went to 30. And we're now on TV in Britain. One day I was sitting in my house. The phone rang. And my wife said, there's somebody here who is claiming to have been sent by Prophet TB.Joshua. I said, no, cut the phone. It's a lie. Cut the phone. The phone rang again. I said, give me. I answered. I wanted to shout at the person. But the person was so calm. Senior Prophet TB.Joshua wants you in Nigeria. I'm like, how do you know I know about TB.Joshua? I just watched him on the internet looking at TB.Joshua. And guess what? When they saw the channel that I was coming on, and I was doing prophecies and all that. And in those days, it was only Prophet TB.Joshua who was actually doing prophecies. And I'm looking at this, and I'm the only one there who has his own TV concentrating on prophecies. So now it's me and TB.Joshua. But guess what? I'm the only one who is saying in TB.Joshua. Guess what? TB.Joshua is surprised to see the videos. It's like, where is this young man? Within 2 weeks, I was in Nigeria at the invitation of Prophet TB.Joshua. Stayed there for over 8 days, I believe it was. Stayed with the prophet there. Notice here, when we were there in this corridor, as he begins to pray for people, he called me to stand next to him, and he started showing me what he was doing. Not that he was saying, see what I'm doing. You know when someone puts you next to him and say, follow, and then starts doing. So I was learning as we were moving. I was going. But in that process, we were given time to give our testimonies. And I said some statements of how he brought me to Nigeria at that time. That alone changed a lot of people. Like, you mean prophet invited you? Now I realize not all of us have been invited by the prophet. Some applied. But I was a young person with 30, 40 members, consistent. Of course, you know, African pastors can't count. If you would ask me at that time, I would say 100. Now watch this. And African pastors act like baboons. How many people do you have? 2,000. 2,000. How many chairs? I need the help with my chairs, man. I have 200 chairs. You said you are 2,000 members. So imagine having the access to TB.Joshua. We had the access and the ear of the world in presidents. And here I am, live, I'm sitting there. And they said, that is that young man who was in this location. And we're being filmed. And they shot. And now all of a sudden, TB.Joshua is there. I have now been given access. And then the last day I'm supposed to leave. And the day I'm supposed to leave, I was supposed to leave the following day. And people are now being called in to see Prophet TB.Joshua. I just went in there and I stopped the bell because he would ring a bell to say next. I could hear the bell every time someone comes in, goes in, comes out. A few seconds in, out. I said, I just went there and grabbed the bell like this. He started laughing. I said, don't touch this bell. I will tell you what I want to tell you.